What is up, YouTube? All right, getting back to it. Got some more books for you guys. Actually, I've got a lot of books for you guys that I've got to cover from the past year. But anyway, getting a little sneak peek there. Like I was saying, got a lot to catch up on with you guys. Missed a few videos, as I mentioned before, but nonetheless, just trying to get caught back up. Still working on how I'm going to do the video content itself, so bear with me. I know the camera angle is a little different, a little close up more than usual, but we're working on it. Anyway, I'm going to jump right on into this thing. That way you guys can get to see some books. I ain't got a whole lot of time here. I'm going to try and cover as much as I can. Really got some nice books coming ahead in the coming videos that I could not wait to show you guys. Some I was never expecting to get, but nonetheless, go and start us off here. This is TMNT Power Rangers number 3, or the 3rd series, number 1 actually. This is the FOC retailer variant. Got that from my LCS at cover price. This is the foil variant. Got that at my LCS for cover price. This is the unlockable variant, also at my LCS cover price, and the regular number 1. Found this for $1. Didn't have it as a Moon Knight collection or collector. Needed this to complete the collection, so found that. Really happy about that. Found this really nice copy of Detective number 1 from the New 52 for, I think it was $5. Jenny Frison cover I didn't have, $2. Half price books. Same thing, another Jenny Frison cover for my Vampire, $2. Really great find to have price books here, guys. Number 6 and number 5, both for $2 a piece. That actually completes my run of all first prints. Was really happy to find those. That was awesome. Found this on eBay. A couple of these from the same guy. Some random variants here. I think I ended up paying like $20 or $30 all in total for these. Was really happy with that. And you know, just kind of moving all forward. Found this, I think it was like $2 or $5 maybe, but this was one of the steals I have had in a long time. This was on a YouTube auction, or I'm sorry, a eBay auction, and I ended up getting this for less than $30 all in and shipped. That was a beautiful find. This is a Moon Knight number 1. I believe it's 2014, 1 in 25. Could not believe it. I've been looking for this book for a long time. Every time you see it, it's at least $50 to $100, just because it's one of those rare Moon Knight variants. Anyway, keep moving on. Set these off to the side here. Let's see. Oh, one of my favorite books I found. Found this for, I think, $5 or $10 at Half Price Books not too long ago. Can't remember if I showed that to you guys or not, but I love the crossover. You got Doom on the cover. The whole mini book there is in full color, so that's really cool. Let's see. Also, couldn't remember if I showed these to you guys or not. I know I had previously filmed them and tried to show them to you guys, but I think that film got lost. If I have shown them, I apologize. I'm showing them again. But this is Forever People, number 1, graded 6.5. I paid $100 for that. So right at about market, but that's a book that I've always wanted. And the same thing with this one. Superman's Pal, 134. First appearance of Darkseid, and it graded in a 5.0. I paid shipped on eBay like right around $150 for that. And I know that's maybe a little high or right at market value for those books, but again, that's something that I've always wanted. As a more of a preferenced DC guy, Darkseid is just the inevitable, kind of like Thanos is from Marvel. So at the end of the day, I wanted to pick those up. I'm glad to have them. I don't regret spending any of the money, even if I have made or lost any, and I don't really even keep track of it. But like I said, just books that I wanted. Keep on moving. Let's show some magazines I have picked up back in the fall, or the spring, I mean. I picked up a ton of these magazines for cheap. I got, see if I can find everything I got with this one now. We'll hold that one off then, because I know I've got more to go with it. Anyway, found these at a dealer at a local con and could not pass up on them. These are all still factory sealed. Unfortunately, I did not pay this price. I paid this price. But if you look these up on eBay, they can go anywhere from that price to $50 a piece. They do have the stickers with them. They're all complete. And like I said, they're still factory sealed. These are activity booklets. And they go for a pretty wide range of price category. Nonetheless, keep moving. This was another magazine with Power Rangers on it. Paid 12 bucks for that. Here's another one. 8 bucks for that. One of my favorite ones. Unfortunately, it has the sub sticker on it still, but 6 bucks. It was hard for me to pass on. And then this one, hard to find this one. This is a fall of '95, one of their last issues, if not the last issue, I think. But 10 bucks for that. Really, really hard to pass on. Really nice, good shape on that one. Keep moving on. Got a few more books here, and then I'm going to show one big book that I was really, really happy to get. Let's see. Ooh. I know what I'm going to show. So, I went to 2 cons back in the spring, and I took some books in there. Really just excited and ready to get to meet some of the people. At one of the cons, there was Jim Shooter and Rico Renzi that did the Spider-Gwen stuff. And with Jim Shooter being there, I knew he was kind of getting down in health. I'd seen him at a con a previous year and had already heard the news that, you know, he was starting to decline. This was before he actually passed. But while he was there, you know, I spoke with him previously, and he's a really great conversationalist at a con. If you ever got to speak with him, it was always a pleasure for me. He had great stories. He loved to just tell stories of the comics and the books and the stories of things just that he got to work on. And as far as a comic collector goes, that's what I'm really there for. I don't care as much about that guy's signature as much as I care about what he has to say and what he really contributed to the hobby. He was really a passionate guy when it comes to comics. He really cared about, you know, what he put into it and what come out of it. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy about some of the decisions that he made, but at the end of the day, comics wouldn't be what they are today without him. And, you know, there's not really any better way to show your gratitude than to take something to one of those guys and, you know, let them tell you a story. Let them appreciate what you're bringing them and just ask them questions while you're there. Nonetheless, I'll quit rambling, show you guys the books that I got. This was not as good as I had hoped, but I got it signed and remarked. This is the first print, Spider-Gwen number 24, and signed by Rico Renzi. Got that graded, come back as a 9.0. I didn't get it pressed or cleaned or anything. I was hoping it'd come back a 9.2, but it is what it is. Moving forward, onto the Jim Shooter stuff, actually. Let's go on and show this one. This is probably my favorite Jim Shooter book. Just because, like I said, I'm a DC guy. And I picked this book up, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I think I paid 30 bucks for it, maybe 25. But to have him sign this, I was actually really, really happy with it. It did only come back a 3.5, but to me, that's well and good enough. You know, because the story behind him telling me this was far more superior than anything I would have gotten than just buying it online or anything else. So for him to have gotten to experience this book and then tell me what that was like was just an experience in and of itself for me. The last book here, definitely the best book that I got back, but nonetheless a gym shooter book, and was actually really surprised when it came back. However, also got this book signed again by another artist, and as you can see, gym shooters right there, and let me get it out of the glare here. We've got John Beatty. So, you know, my goal is to get this book signed by also Mike Zeck. And, you know, really I'll have the trifecta. To show you guys the grade on it, I paid less than 50. I bought this book years ago. I know I paid less than $40 for it, I think. I sniped it off of an eBay auction. It was, when I got it in the mail, I could just not be happier with it. At the time, I had like a 8.0 or an 8.5 direct copy, and just wanted to add another one to my collection, and this one happened to be it. Like I said, I found it on eBay and was hard to pass for that price. So for it to have come this far and to have, you know, went through what it's went through at this point, I'm going to be keeping this for a while. I was really, really happy that it come back this way. The people that actually submitted it for me at the con, CGC wasn't there. They did a really great job. They're some guys from a little bit out of town, maybe like an hour and a half or so. Couldn't be more happy with them. But again, nonetheless, I'm even more so happy to have gotten the experience and have these books back finally. Keep moving. I've got one more bigger book to show you guys. We'll get there here in just a minute, but a couple other things I want to show. One, again, as I always call him out on my channel, shout out to my buddy Jack. He picked this up for $2 at a Half Price Books. Got this from him. Like I said, couldn't be happier to have gotten this from him. As a DC fan, this is a really tough book to find. If any of you know, it's not super high printed, and even when it is, it's usually beat up because it was made for kids, as it was a Cartoon Network show, and then it was marketed to children. I grew up kind of in this era, right on the later side of it, but I was still a fan, and to have this book, I was really happy to have gotten it. So thanks, Jack. I appreciate you. We'll keep moving. Let's see what I want to get to. I don't even know where to go. Anyway, let's just go on and finish up, actually, because I can't wait to show you guys this book. This is my holy grail. There is not a book out there that I have ever wanted more than this. I have actually slowed down on my comic book purchasing as of late because of it. Just trying to really kind of take in and absorb and appreciate everything that, you know, my collection has kind of culminated to. And a lot of people don't really know about this book, realize that it exists, or would really ever even find it based on the way that it was marketed. However, I did find one on eBay. It was listed. I made an offer on it, communicated with the seller a little bit, and really from there we worked out a deal, and it ended up with me. Could not be happier. It was shipped a little, not poorly, just you guys will see here in a second, differently for sure, oddly a little. This is how it arrived once I got it out of its packaging. It was just in this little baggie here, but nonetheless, this is the book, and for reference, that is the size, in case anyone out there looking for it ever wants to actually know and find it. There were many listings actually at the time that I was buying this one, and there was one out there that I was really skeptical of because it got listed. It was a decent copy, and then it kind of disappeared. I had tried to make an offer on it, and the guy didn't want to budge. And I made a fair offer, but he was really a little shady about it because he ended up posting it like 2 weeks later that I seen after I'd made the initial offer. So I didn't bother with it again, and then he took it back down when he didn't get any bites on it then, and then it come back up, the exact same book. And I knew this because actually on the backhand side, it had a Al Bigley signature on it. And, it wasn't CGC'd or verified. He had no COA or anything with it. And then the same seller, like I said, took it down and relisted it. And when it got relisted, not only did it have the Al Bigley signature here on the back, but also it had a remark and a drawing of a Power Ranger head on it as well. And that right there, once I seen that a couple weeks later, I knew immediately I needed to stay away from this. Ultimately, whether it was legit or not, I don't know. But to me, that presents a red flag. If you're going to take it down and post it and take it down and post it and take it down and post it, that's all well and good. But the book changed, and I could not live with that if I spent that much money on a book. And ultimately, it come back that you were just drawing on this. So I wasn't going to risk it. Hopefully, nobody else out there had that problem. If they did buy it, I hope that it was legit. But at the end of the day, I'm happy to have gotten this one. I do eventually want to get this signed, witnessed, and sent off and graded. I'm not super particular about who witnesses it and grades it. I just want it to be graded and preserved because as the Power Rangers meant as much as they did to me when I was a kid, I don't want anything to happen to this book because it easily could with it being so small. I've always said if I ever found this book, it would happen in a dollar bin or it would be on a wall somewhere for some astronomical price because you're never going to find it. The reason this book is so hard to find is because the only way in which it was shipped were in Fruit of the Loom kids underwear packs, which is a little odd, a little weird, but at the end of the day, they were marketing this for and to kids, and that was the easiest way for distribution for them to get it out there. So the majority of these got destroyed or tore up during package opening or read by the kids and then thrown away or whatever. But this actually predates the Power Rangers #1, and I can't remember. It could potentially predate the Sentai #2. But nonetheless, this does predate everything else other than the Sentai 2 at least. And it's the first appearance of Power Rangers in comic book form, other than that, if it isn't. So nonetheless, that's my books. I'm going to let you guys go. I've got plenty more to get to you. I promise I'm going to get them out. I just can't promise when. Please stick around. Keep watching. D Collector signing out.